what are your first thoughts? What do you think when you see this page?
What I think of this page?
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you see when you see this page like what the purpose is and two questions. What is the purpose of this page and what can you do on this page based on your like understanding of what you're seeing?
So, for my understanding, this is the product, um, like a listing for the product, I guess. Um, Pretty much the same as you have inside Shopify, where you can select status of the product, where it's been published, price, and so on, tags. Um, that's what I would kind of
Right.
understand. And if it's synced
Right.
or not, I see there is the
Right.
product isn't
Right.
synced.
So, whatever. It's AI. This is not working right, but
Mm-hmm.
this would be, add new product would be here instead of all these buttons, right? Because you would add the new product,
Okay.
and then of course once it's already added, it would, be changed to update or whatever, right?
Okay.
Okay, and then let's say I do something like this, right? Whatever, let's see if this works, right? So you see right away out of sync,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
right? You would click this, right?
Okay.
And then occasionally, for the fun of it, it would do this sometimes. This
Mm-hmm.
is just simulated, but you'll see like what I'm talking about. Something like this, right?
Okay.
And of course, this would actually work where it would be calling the API to Shopify, make updates, checking the response, and then if something didn't work for whatever reason, it would throw an error. Something like this, right? Um, so, like, this is all pretty simple, right? I think this is pretty straightforward in my
Yeah.
opinion. If you had to, so there are some fields that are definitely not here. We're not going to be here, right? The Shopify categories are not here because I'm not interested in
Mm-hmm.
managing those directly, right? Those we can manage from within Shopify. When you see this page, is there anything that you're like, okay, this is unclear. Like I need to go into Shopify to be able to get visibility on a product.
I would add some links to the actual products,
Okay.
maybe inside Amazon and inside Shopify, like two links, different. I mean, because
Okay.
like what we've done before, when we have issues on pricing for Pile products or any other products, we would just go to Amazon and compare a pricing from Amazon, and I think that would be cool to have a link just
Okay.
directly to Amazon and to Shopify. Also, we need, I mean, SKUs field are missing, um, but yeah, I mean, for now, I mean, it's all straightforward.
Okay. So the SKU field is like this is inside of a product already, right? So you wouldn't be able to update the SKU
Right.
because this
Okay,
is already
so
connected to a SKU.
this specific like tab supposed to just update small details for the products
Right,
for the
meaning like this
existing
would be
product.
inside of a product already. But you know what? What I think I would add is it's the same thing with vendor, right? Like you can't update the vendor because
Yeah, yeah,
this is a Pile product. It can't be updated, right? That's the brand.
yeah.
So
Okay.
maybe we could have that as well, just the visibility of like what the SKU is and what the UPC is as well. Which I don't think you care about UPC at all, but that's
Yeah,
an important thing.
SKUs are more important than for me, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think it's a little hard for me to get like a real good feedback on this until you actually need to use it. Um, but I'm just trying to prevent that like building out this whole thing and then you use it and then we're on the completely different pages of like what this could be used for and what the point of it is. Um, but I think we're just gonna have to try to do that. So,
Okay.
um, yeah. And then I really wanted to talk about this with Michael as well, but I guess he's not here. Let me see. Maybe he messaged me.
Yeah, try to message him because I message him and he's not responding. So, and it looks like he's in a meeting, but yeah, I don't know.
What was the latest like Did he talk to you about like going through the catalog and clearing everything up and that kind of stuff?
So actually we just spoke about this and we tried to figure out like what exactly are we doing in order to clean up the inventory. So we do have a lot of items that are out of stock and a lot of items in draft.
Right.
So, and we also have like a mix. So we have like active items, but they out of stock.
Right.
And we have a bunch of items that missing like images, they missing some other shit, but most of them they kind of in a draft status.
Right.
But so what we were thinking how we would clean that up basically because there are almost I think 8,000
Yeah.
items,
Yeah.
something like that. So I would just move everything that we have out of stock to the draft status, and then um, if we have missing something like missing images also supposed to be in a draft, and then I'm not sure how we're gonna deal with the draft items. Are we gonna delete them? And what happen if we updating right now? For instance, we have an item that we want to update inside Shopify store, like description, pricing. We're gonna update it on site, and then how it's gonna be synced to the portal in the future. Because right now, from my understanding, it's not connected to the portal. And we need to do it manually, kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So right now everything is like we disconnected everything temporarily until we resolved all these issues. Yeah, it's a good question. There's a lot of I think what we could do is we could go through like one at a time every single like different type of product. Like every question, like out of stock, this, and say like, what should we do with it? Should we delete it? Should we draft it? Should whatever? I don't think that anything that's out of stock should go into draft because if it's coming back in stock, you don't like. I don't know. Do you want to take it down? I don't think you want to take it down. So really, you have to have, and there is that visibility. Like we do know what's coming back in stock and what's not.
Okay.
So there is a way to like get that visibility, and it's based on tags and whatever it is in the back end. So let me share my screen again.
Yeah, we can tag everything that's supposed to come back with a certain tag, and then remove the tag when it's available.
No, let me show you what I mean. So look, right here we have two products.
Yep.
This product you see here. The SKU is 2060. I don't know. This is a three-way speaker or whatever. So you see here, you see this field essay on order.
Yeah.
So this means that it's on order, so it's coming. So you'll see here like this item right here, right? This item is a perfect example. This item has no stock, right? It's -13 somehow, whatever,
Yep.
0 stock, but you have 100 on order. And if you look here at the status, it's active, which versus this one, which is end of life. End of life means we have some stock left, but we're trying to get rid of it. We're not going to order more. Okay. Active means we're getting more, right? Even if it's out of stock, we're getting more, right? So an active item, even if it's out of stock, you would still want to, I mean, in my opinion, you would still want to list it because we're just getting more stock. So we'll be out of stock for 2 months, whatever, a month, and then it will go back into stock. So I don't think you want to delist it. Versus an end of life product.
So this product we probably can delete, right? If they're out of stock and.
So that's a question that like Abe at some point wanted to keep all the products listed, even the old ones that were out of stock forever.
Okay.
For what purpose? You know that was a long time ago. At this point, he might have changed his mind. But like I'll show you here. If you look at like this, you'll see like discontinued. Discontinued products means like we have no stock and we're not ordering more. Like this item is out of stock permanently.
And you see we have like 2,000 total products of discontinued? Why we need to keep them? We just need to
Right,
remove them.
100%. So
Yeah.
I'll tell you, originally, like part of the idea was, um, we didn't have there was no way for users to find any like manuals or anything about their product. So the only
Mm-hmm.
way to find it was in the product page. So we had to keep these products listed so that the users could find the product and find a manual.
Yeah.
But we added, I don't know if you saw this, but we added the
Yeah. I saw the new page. Yeah.
right. So I think at this point, like we can stop listing discontinued products. A little bit of the problem was in the past, the Pile USA website was meant more as almost like a catalog, and it
Mm.
was being used less for like sales. But now we're doing more with like let's actually make sales. So now that you're doing sales,
Mm-hmm.
like you can't just have all this crap on there and
Yeah.
everything is like exploded with like garbage. So that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think you should just look at stock. I think the product status is more important,
Mm-hmm.
and that will tell you like is this coming back in stock or is it done. Um,
Right. So, but you know what, Shlomo? I think the main issue right now, what we have, is
right?
duplicates,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure how to deal with that issue because they might be duplicates uh, for the same, but they same item, but they posted, let's say, published on not online, but they published on Flip Shop, or I don't know what else we
Right.
publish in them, and
Right.
this is kind of weird if we're gonna delete them or draft them like a duplicates. So these guys they're gonna lose it, right? Um,
Right.
so this is kind of an issue. So how
So I
we
think,
yeah
yeah. So I think what we need to do is if we go like this. By the way, I don't know if you've ever seen this app, but it's very useful for these things.
okay
It's called Able Star, but like look how easy it is. I could take skew. Here it has duplicate skew.
able
I
store
can see right away everything.
okay
I mean, it's 400 products. So
mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a manual choice, right? You have to look through every single one and say like I would personally I would do it. I would look and say like which one has sales. If one has sales, one doesn't, you get rid of the other one.
mm.
Um, and
Okay.
then I would also say so a lot of the problems and the reasons we have duplicates was because of like these issues with the API and the sound around portal connection.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're focused on resolving. So once we resolve all those things and we clean up the catalog and get rid of all the duplicates, in the future we're not going to have any duplicates and we're not going to create duplicates by accident, and everything will be fixed. Um,
Right. So let's say we found every duplicates that we have on Pile, and then when you're gonna connect Portal back, how it's gonna sync between Shopify and the Portal? Is that gonna copy from Shopify to the Portal, override the Portal? Because
so yeah, no, we're not going to override the portal. What I'm going to do is we're going to do like this. We're going to do first a one-time like pull from the Shopify.
mm-hmm.
We're going to look at the entire product catalog and we're going to try and using like the code and the system that we have, we're going to try and match it up to the portal, right? And we're going to try and see I have 100 products in Shopify.
Mm-hmm.
Do those 100 products exactly connect to a portal product, right? And if only 80 of them are connected, then we have to look at the other 20 and say, why aren't these connected? Like what's wrong? Fix
Mm-hmm.
whatever is wrong, right? We did something wrong in the code, we did something wrong in the logic, something is wrong with this SKU, something is wrong with that, and get it to 100%. Every single product is mapped to a sound around portal product, and then whatever changes have to be made, right? If the title is wrong in the Shopify catalog, then we'll update it. If the title is wrong in the portal, we'll update it and get everything to be 100% mapped. And once we do that, and we have like that that confirmation that everything is connected properly, then we'll just turn it on to be automatic.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Uh, kind of. I'm just thinking, what should we even start fixing the Shopify right now? Because look, I mean, like there's a product, right? We fixed the category for this product, right? And we maybe fix some I don't know, title for this product
Right.
because it was off. And then you connect back the portal, and how we gonna match like what we already changed to the portal. I mean, it's gonna be like one by one. You're gonna see that they not synced, and then you'll see where it came basically. Or I'm not sure how we can help right now, like actually fixing the products they sell, like how we can do it right now inside the Shopify. Because if we do it, and we can put some stuff in draft and change some categories, but then when you connect portal, how it's gonna sync
Right.
manually one by one, that's gonna be like double work.
So let me understand. When you say you're fixing like a product, do you mean like you're going in and like fixing everything manually, but like fixing based on what? Like let's say you're
So
updating these.
okay,
Are
so
you like
this
changing them?
right.
Yeah.
So this one, for example, like if you go
Yeah.
on publishing, right? Click on
Right.
publishing where it's published. It's
Right.
published POS, but it should be published online. Should be
Right.
published on Facebook. So
Right.
I'm gonna mark all this. Click save,
Right.
and then what? Or I also gonna add tags, right?
Right.
Or something else. So I saved the product, right? Now it's saved. Now I'm happy with it. But then when you connect the portal, you will see the same item inside portal with different data, with different um, pushing publishing status, with different categories maybe, and whatever I change there.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So those fields like the tag, the publishing, all those things, once we connect it, we're gonna like set everything in the portal to be this.
So the Shopify gonna be like a control, and then we'll.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So it can only be a control. So like now that you're saying it, it's a bit of a problem. So some things it could be a control, right? For
Right.
tags, it could be a control. For publishing, of course, it could be a control.
Okay.
Um, the problem is for the title, the description, and the images,
Okay.
it can't be a control. So
So it
it
should
has to be
match.
like in combination. It has to match.
Gotcha. So these are three things, like title, description, and images. We can touch. The rest we can actually update categories. We can update tags, and the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, I think that that's what we have to do. And then for everything else, once we connect everything,
Mm-hmm.
um, we're gonna make sure to connect it in a way that you can have like clear visibility on the images. So like when you need to fix the images, you don't have to fix it in Shopify. You can fix it directly in the portal, and it will be in sync.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course the other fields is the SKU. Um, um,
What about pricing? Can we fix pricing on Shopify?
yeah, the pricing you can fix as well, and then we're gonna yeah, the price you can fix as well.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna have to make decisions once we connect everything, like which one will be like, for everyone that's in conflict, we'll have to do like which one should we change? Should we change the Shopify? Should we change the portal? And we'll have to go through it and get everything to be 100%. And once everything is 100%, you don't need a control, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, still, I think the main issue right now is still duplicates. If we can
Okay.
find a way to just find them and move them to different status. I don't know if draft is a good status for them,
I don't
but
think you should draft them. I think you should delete them.
then if someone actually using these products as a duplicates on different platform like a flip shop. Uh,
So you could see right away, because like here, if you go into any product
mhm.
and you see like
Sales
some of them are
channels.
easy, right? Like this item is a duplicate, but like this is clearly like garbage, this product, right? There's no
Yeah.
anything like whatever. The ones that are tricky, you could see, like, look at this. I would say look at the sales, right? Like,
Yeah.
if there's one will have sales, one won't have sales. So, like, if I look at this, first of all, these are all not in stock even. So, like, there's definitely been no sales. But, like, let's say this one, if I look at this one as a duplicate and I look at, here, let's look at these products. You'll see, I can't see stock. Okay. This one. Let's see. So this one has no sales, right? Ever.
Yeah.
Since last 90 days.
So probably I can delete it.
Let's look at the other one. Listen, we're gonna have to make some hard choices. I mean, look,
Yeah.
this is, talk to Mike, right? He'll be the final
Yeah.
decision on this. But is it this one? It seems like these are exactly the same, and they both have no sales.
Well, maybe it's just unlucky item that we cannot sell. But if it's double, I mean, if it's, and again, we need to check the sales channels as well, right? I mean, if it's
Right.
specifically...
The annoying thing is Flipshop is not a sales channel, so it like comes in as a customer.
Oh, okay.
I mean, both of these are not even published online either.
Well,
by the way, you could see right away. So here, if you look, you'll see something like this. It's called here. So this for Flipshop, if it's not in this collection, it's not even on Flipshop in the first place.
Okay,
so these are not even in there, and the reason is because this is a Serene Life product. Serene Life product is being listed on Flipshop in the Serene Life Shopify store. Because when we listed on Flipshop, they were like, you have duplicates from two different stores. So we're like, okay, so we're going to do Serene Life and NutriChef products from NutriChef and Serene Life. And then the Pyle USA product and all the other Pyramid, Lanza, or whatever, all that crap, it's all being listed from the Pyle USA store. So this item is not even listed on Flipshop from this store. It's being listed from the other Shopify store.
Yeah, well, it says smart product filter, do not delete. I don't know, what does that mean?
This is older than me, and I believe it's saying don't delete this collection. I think it's saying not the product. Okay. I have no idea what this is.
Okay, gotcha. All right. No, I mean it's getting there. I mean I actually see.
You should try this tool. It's called AbleStar, and like it's really easy to check duplicates to all these things, and you can start filtering things as well. You could say, let's see if there's even a sale. No, but let's see, like you could say like full on online store. So let's see, only 29 products are duplicates and are visible on the online store.
Oh.
It's not even that many. And then if you go through these right away, you'll be able to see, like, okay, this is crap, this is crap.
Okay.
You could even say, like, what's in stock. You could look, whatever. But I would go through this and, like, yeah, I think you just have to make choices about each one. I don't think there's going to be a systematic way. Some of these are clearly garbage. Like, these items are being added. Like, this was part of the problem. These were, like, this item has no images and has no description. And it's like...
Yeah, it's clearly...
This was garbage. We figured out why this was happening, but now it's disconnected. It's not going to be there anymore. We're not going to add these types of products anymore.
Cool.
The other thing you can do is you can go to you could take this 401 products, or even you could take the whole catalog, and then you can export from here. You can export like everything, right? I would say even like, I would say go here. I would look at like, uh, I would look at all the products statuses, and I would say, honestly, I would do this. I would look at literally every single product in the catalog when this is done loading. It's 3,300 items. There's so much crap in here, but like, this is literally every item. Take the whole thing, do like export product details. You can make here a custom export, right? So I would say like, I would just do like, I would take SKU, I would take product status, and I would say, just look at this. And I would also do product type. So this is the other thing. So between these two, product type, whatever, let's just call this like Shopify. Save. And then export everything. And I'm literally just gonna look at the SKU, and I'm gonna like, and if you do like a VLOOKUP or whatever, and you compare every product in the catalog and say everything that's discontinued or archived. So I'll show you right now. Right, you have in the product type, we only want to list product, part, and accessory.
Okay.
And in product status, we only want to list active, EOL. And now also you want to do launch a new product, but those both won't have any stock.
Okay.
But you don't want to do blocked, of course, right? Blocked is like compliance issues, so that's for sure not. You don't want to do discontinued, you don't want to do archive, and you don't want to do blank. So I would just do that. I would literally take a list of this, a list of that, do a VLOOKUP, and just do that. Does that make sense?
More or less.
I'm gonna send you this export. Like I'm gonna send it to you.
If you can, that would be awesome. Yeah, that would be awesome. Actually, Mike trying to contact me. Let me see if he can join really quick. But I don't know if you still have time to talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, one sec. Let me. But yeah, if you can send it to me, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Mike. Okay, so, but still, I mean, I will have to go one by one, right? To, like, based on what you're saying. 3,000.
No, so right off the bat, like you can cut out a bunch of products that are like, you're gonna be able to. I assume you're gonna be able to cut out some discontinued products from here, some archived products, whatever it is, and then, holy crap!
Yeah.
So right here you see there's, what is this, like, I don't know, a bunch of these that are clearly all duplicates, and they're all in draft. So anything that's in draft and a duplicate, like for sure you can get rid of it because there's been no sales, right? Like it's never been listed. It's not anywhere as a draft.
Yeah, I think it's.
Well, then you can for sure get rid of these. Oh my god, how many of these? And then you have here like all these safe keys that are the same. I think these are each. Yeah, I mean, like, there's other things, right? Like parts, right? Do you want to list parts on the website? Do you know what this is? Basically, it's hundreds and hundreds of different safe keys that are like different sizes because like they sold safes at one point. You'll see here, like, this is safe key number 49. And then if you look at like this one, it will be like number 32 or whatever.
If you guys if you guys are still on explaining this is madness. I just came from a madness meeting with Abe.
Bro.
Oh my God.
Welcome
This
to
is
the,
still
to the other madness.
What is happening, bro? Today, this is not life. All right. Sorry that I'm extremely late, obviously. I was sitting with Abe forever, and I had to explain everything, and then sure enough, somewhere along there, he was like, are we fixing the portal? I'm like, I am literally in this meeting with you now and not in another one where I should be. Can somebody just give me a rough summary of like what happened in the last 40 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, we just went through a lot of scenarios where we can actually go and clean up the the Shopify store.
Okay.
I think right now we kind of agreed that we need to basically search for duplicates with the draft status, and if they're not making any sales, we can basically delete the duplicates. But there are a lot of different things that we cannot do. For instance, when we have a product that we want to edit inside Shopify, we cannot edit title, description, and images because it needs to match to the portal. Correct me if I'm wrong, Shlomo, on this one. But that's.
You want to hard code the title, Shlomo?
No, I don't want to hard code the title. I'm just saying that the point is that one has to be a control, like Dimitri was saying. So like,
But why can't we do anything other than title or price?
No, you could. It's just we have to pick one where we're gonna edit the title, right? We have to say we're gonna edit in Portal, we're gonna edit in the Shopify.
I got you. Otherwise, it's just gonna come with nothing, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the third option for title or even description, any of it, is to just create a separate title for Shopify, a separate description. But I don't think you want to do that. I don't think anybody wants to do that.
No. We can keep how it is. The way that I do it now is the sites are always built for Amazon. In order for me to do what that is, I would have to do like what I did in Squats, which would take, I don't know, probably a year on Pyle, I would think, even with the team. We change them as the products get hot. So if some products like start picking up, then I'll fix up my own listing the way I need to. But I'll be able to still manually change it inside of Shopify, or I'll have to change or just all changes have to happen in the portal, essentially, is what's going to happen.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So the first step will be like cleaning all the.
I'm fine with going into the portal and making my own changes when I need to.
Yeah. So that's so definitely everything is gonna have to happen. All the fields as shown in like I wrote it all down in the sheet. Let me show you guys the sheet again. This, where did it go? Is it this? Yeah, whatever. All right. These fields are all going to be synced from the portal, right? The only thing is that, these fields are all going to be synced. So you got title, as the Shopify side, right? It's title, the description, the tags, the price, the cost, the vendor, images, status, publication, right? But let me add a new column, right, of what can be edited and what can't. So editable, right? Sorry, let me get rid of this.
And you have this theme, right? The fields and everything?
Not yet. Where is that document?
Just throw that in here if you can, Shlomo, into this
Sure. Yeah.
So what about who can change what? Because I'm more worried, like I get that we're at some point going to move this into completely portal and we're going to depend on portal 100%, which is fine. That actually works much better, and I'd rather have a centralized place. How are we going to deal with access? There'll be a log, there'll be something. Or is it just going to be the same thing, Shlomo? Like some people are just going to create whatever, and it's going to be like a little all over the place.
So we already have logs of all the changes. That was the first step we got up. I would say,
Essentially, are we going to run it the way we've been running it, or are we going to put in new permissions?
we're gonna definitely get permissions at some point, but otherwise,
Because this is just me speaking out loud. Would it not be easier to just set the permissions the way they need to be set and let people come and, whoever's obviously working on what they need to, they'll show up and be like, hey, my permission changed, or my this or my that? In theory.
Sorry, I got distracted. You said that one more time?
No, I said in theory, isn't it easier to just, we work it our way, we set up the permissions and let who needs to come and show up and be like, hey, I need this fixed, or I need this changed, or whatever. Won't they just email help desk tomorrow if they can't enter a manual order or something? Or are people just going to sit there for 2 weeks with a manual order in their hand and go, I'm not going to enter this until this is fixed?
Oh, no, the ordering and all that stuff, we're not changing that. I'm not touching that. We're going to keep that the way it is right now. At some point, if you want to open that up to other people, we could.
Well, that's fine. Okay, fine. Let's separate it. Fine. But then as far as product creation of new SKUs, right, doesn't that kind of fall in line with the same thing?
Yes, it does. Should we restrict the product creation of new SKUs and editing certain fields?
Because look, if tomorrow you're going to tell me, or whatever, right now you're going to tell me, we're keeping everything as is. The only thing that's going to be changing is we're cleaning up, obviously, the Shopify site, and then we're going to make this portal work 100%. And that's it. And then all the changes happen in the portal, and then we'll deal with things as they happen, and we have a log. If that's the flow, moving forward, cool, that's one flow. I'm just saying there could be a second flow where there are actual permissions in place where people are responsible. Give you an example. If everybody enters an order whenever they want, now 3 people enter an order or something like that. And then if the 6 people can't enter an order, they're going to either come to the one of the 3, or they're going to come to the manager, or you or me, or hopefully one of us at some point. But again, I'm not trying to break any processes that are currently in place. I just want to make them better for the future and just simplify things and have owners for certain things.
Yeah.
Just speaking out loud.
I get what you're saying.
Something to consider while we're here, because we'll, at some point, one way or another in time, we're going to come back to this. It's gonna. Yeah. That's why I'm saying we're already doing it.
So the logs of every change is going to be there for sure. I think that maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll say, if it starts to just become who the heck is making changes and it becomes chaos, then maybe we'll lock things down. But I think that beyond price, I don't think that we're going to lock anything down for now.
So price will be locked. Everything else will. So I guess that'll mean anchor price, landed cost.
Well, okay. So landed cost can't be changed, and as well as brand, right? Those are things that are hard coded into the data. Can't change those.
Mm-hmm. So here's one problem that I had already that bypasses your system currently. Okay. There's a landed cost of $4 for a hanger. Yeah. I don't speak English or don't care. Today is Saturday, but it should be Friday. Doesn't matter. I'm a bad employee. I put 0, or I don't touch it. It now pushes into Shopify, goes live. It's 0.
Yeah, but nobody could edit landed cost.
No, you're not. Hear me out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not landed cost. No, landed cost. It's not called landed cost in Shopify. It's called landed cost for you. For me, it's just called cost.
Yeah, but that's why nobody has access to edit anything in Shopify.
But hear me out. That's fine. Well, technically you're wrong. I think there's some people in Pyle who have, I don't know, bro, some customer service reps or whatever.
I thought I turned it all off. I think I turned it all off, but we'll turn it all off.
Yeah, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, hold on, go back. You lost me. I was looking at the numbers you had up. So landed cost for me is cost, right? If I put the landed cost as 0, just hear me out. I put landed cost as 0, right? And I'll tell you, I know exactly how it happens on the other side. I'm a person entering new products, right? For whatever, Jerry, whoever, doesn't matter. I'm entering the product. There is no landed cost. somebody's telling me enter the products so we can get them in there. Like start building the listings. I don't want to wait. So I build the listing. I don't have a cost. The system at some point is going to push this live. What then ends up happening is there is a price to this product, right? So if you go to the listing on like Pyle.com, you'll see, oh, it's this product, it's $99, it has a title, everything's great. When I go pull a report and there's no cost, it's like I never sold this product. I don't know what my profit is. I don't know what my anything is. Like I know that we all use Power BI, but like I use Shopify.
Yeah, but nobody can edit that. Like that's the point.
But like hear what I'm saying.
In this workflow, right? In here, it's grayed out, right? Meaning in the portal, it will be grayed out as uneditable. In the Shopify, like the only one who can edit it would be you.
But then how? Right, but hear me out, right? How can a new listing, which this happened, let's say last week, how does a new listing go to Pyle, brand new product? It does not have a picture attached. It does not have a cost price. It just has an anchor price.
100%, and that's like that. We're definitely gonna fix because like. Okay. We're gonna make sure to enforce those rules of like what can be added and what can't.
That's the only thing that I'm saying. I want like for you, the most important field is going to be anchor price, sale price, right? I'm saying that all the price fields need to be
definitely
blacked out. So that's all I'm saying. Landed cost and anchor price, which for me is price and cost, correct?
Yeah.
But you wrote no on landed cost. That's why I'm saying I need landed cost as. Oh, you wrote no as editable. What I'm saying is you need to put technically. Oh, well, they need to update price, right? Okay.
You want to be able to edit the price, right? This is not editable by. Like,
I don't want them to edit.
Someone change it?
I don't want them to edit the cost. They can edit the price, but
exactly.
Yeah, that's fine. So all these fields currently exist now inside of the portal? Or you're going to have to build some? It's a lot of fields.
I know it's a lot of fields, but I think it's really important to have all these fields, and like, I think it's scarier than it looks, right? Because most of these fields are in, you know.
Okay.
That's this fine. Doesn't look too scary.
Dean, what did we get to as far? I saw you guys exported some stuff. What did we get to as far as like for us, for our end?
The export didn't work. I gotta get it from back office. Let me try again now here. Okay, so here's what we talked about, which was basically we have all this stuff. Okay. By the way, I don't know if you guys ever deleted the archived products.
No.
Probably no. We don't delete archived. Why? Okay. Let them live in archive.
Yeah. So the archived product was basically when I came in here, cleaned everything up or whatever a year ago. I didn't delete anything. I just archived stuff because I was like, just in case, why not?
Yeah.
I would say at this point, like, if you want to just get in there and delete the archived things, like, if it's been archived for a year, it clearly isn't hurting anyone.
Yeah, but is it though? Like, I don't know what goes on, bro. Tomorrow somebody's going to come and say, I mean, I get what you're saying. It's probably going to be a one-off, even if it is that. But I guess, we could go by what's in stock and what's not an archive. I guess if it doesn't have stock and it's not, and it's archived already, then what could it be?
Yeah.
But you sure there's no errors in archive? All this is dependent on, like, me and Dima assuming that everything is correct.
Yeah, for sure. I'm assuming this was an archive because there was a duplicate, meaning this has the M dash, and there's probably.
But like, can we just do one as an example, just to spot check it, just to.
Yeah,
see.
This is right. See here, you got two of these, and these are the exact same product.
Okay, perfect. So these are the same product, except one has an M, one doesn't. The other, I've seen other ones where they use Amazon ASINs instead of the SKUs, etc.
Yeah. So I did a cleanup at some point where I archived a bunch of stuff. I would totally just.
Okay. Yeah, we can.
I would delete this. This stuff has been archived from like.
Yeah, but see, like, go into that one. Go into like the point. I don't know, 5, whatever, of that classic style. So we're never getting this in stock, right? Fair to assume?
So
Like, I don't
that,
believe that we're not going to get this in stock.
that was the next thing. This is what I showed. What's his name? So
This is
if
going to
you-
end up being like an A product that we're waiting on stock for or
Now,
something.
let me show you. So if you take this product and you look at this, you can see right away what it is, right? So effing slow. What I told Dima is to export this data as well, but you'll see here right here, right? This product is
You'll
product.
see it's EOL, but okay,
No,
right.
don't
it's
look at that.
archived data.
Look at archive, right?
Okay.
It's only EOL because it it's really archived, and
Okay,
the
fine.
only reason
That's-
it's EOL is because they're trying to get rid of this stock still, but like they're not selling this.
I get it.
I bet if
Cool.
you look at this, yeah, it's unavailable. Like this is not listed. It's never gonna get sold again.
Okay. Fine by me. Yeah, we'll clean it up.
So that's what I said to him. So I said like go in here, right? And
So archive everything that's dead, and then clean up the archives, and then that's it.
this is what I said. So I'm gonna send you guys this export, right? You want to look at things that are product type of product, accessory, and part you can do as well, but part has a lot of crappy stuff without like proper images and titles. So you might want to get rid of parts as well. And then you want to look at product status of active EOL.
But can we just pull this report?
Yeah.
Let's just pull this. Let's
I
just make
tried.
sure.
It didn't work.
If it didn't work for you, it's not gonna work for us, bro.
Yeah. All right, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Let's do this. So here, product status is active, EOL, and which one is first? Is it launch? I think. I don't effing know which one is which. Okay, let's do new product. All right, and then for product type, we're gonna do product, accessory, part.
You don't want to select discontinue as well?
Yeah, Mike, this is for you to decide. Discontinued means it's not coming back into stock. We only listed it because they wanted it to be listed at some point,
No,
but they asked me
remove
if
it.
you want to
Remove it. Let's clean it up for real. Yeah, if we're not selling it, there's no point in us having it.
Yeah. All right. And then I would say we don't need to look at this. We don't need to look at this. That's cool. All right. So that's literally this, right? You got product is part, product accessory, status is active, EOL launch new product. And then I would just literally, just to make this easier, we'll add some other data just to make it easier. We'll add the title. What's it called?
Maybe SKUs as well.
The naming convention is just outrageous, bro.
It's
Always. It's always like Pyle and then the name, and then I open it, it's like the whole thing is Pyle. And I'm like, oh my god.
What the heck? Where's all the fields?
Maybe Armand is doing something?
They're here. They're here somewhere. Alright, I'm just gonna make a new export because I don't know what the hell's happening. Do I need to select everything first? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's this. It's called this. I think it's called short description.
See, naming convention problems.
Why the hell they called it that? All right. Let me give you. So we got product type in here already. We got the SKU. We got the product tag. Let's do the UPC. Sure, why not? Nice.
Let me let you finish this, and then I just have one last question.
Okay. All right. And then let's see if this exports this time around.
And then if the portal, what do I do if the portal doesn't have an image, has stock, has everything other than an image?
So I will show you how to fix that.
I meant in the portal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. I'm not sure why the exports are not working. They actually usually work really well. Let's see if this will load after a minute or two. All right, there we go.
So it's like 7,500 products that we can delete. Wow.
Yeah. So there's one more piece of data that I'm just remembering now. I don't know if you want to filter by the root SKU, and that's what we were talking about, like the variance with the point SKUs, all that stuff.
This is the point. I don't know if there is a root SKU, because it's not going to pick up if somebody put whatever random shit inside the SKU box just to move the thing along.
Right.
I know that doesn't. Well, it can still connect through the barcode, right? To GoFlow.
No,
is the barcode, or what does GoFlow use?
No, GoFlow is manual. It's a manual mapping. It's using the Shopify like that product ID, and it's just mapped manually.
I got you. Okay. I mean, you can put it in there. I think there's still going to be a bunch that aren't the root SKU. Like you see that BO whatever, which is the ASIN, I guess. There's a ton that are in there that just have ASINs. They don't even have a SKU.
Yeah, no, I know, but I meant we typically don't list whatever, right? Like 2022 SX top 5. The question is do you want to list it? I don't think you do. Some people might want you to, but I don't think you do.
To list what?
Let's say 2022 SX top 5. It doesn't exist.
Is that the actual SKU, or is that what is it? Because look, the B00, right? That's an ASIN. That has zero to do with anything.
Yeah.
The 2022SX, if it has a barcode on the box where the barcode is built out, when you scan it, it says product number 2022SX, then I need the 2022SX.
No, it won't say that. It will on the box. You'll have 2022SX.5.
Yeah, but I don't care about the 0.5. When they write 0.5, you guys are writing that just to show Amazon there's a SKU with a 0.5.
Yeah.
That's it.
So functionally, it's a duplicate product. I don't think you want to list it, right?
So that's what I'm saying. I want to list the root SKU. I don't want to list anything else.
Right.
But I also don't know, and this is more of a me and Dima problem, if right now the 0.5 listing is selling, which I've seen that, and the root SKU is live and not selling, and I turn off the 0.5 and I leave on the root, guess what happens? It's going to be also a problem. So
yeah. So what I would do is, instead of deleting or clearing out any products, I would just take the one that's selling and change the SKU and the UPC, because that won't affect anything in the back end or the front end, and it's just gonna clear up the catalog, but it's not actually going to change any of the sales.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, it's fine. We'll figure that out from now on. That's fine.
Okay.
So did this export work?
Yeah. Where did it go here?
Just Dima, you have this now, right?
I'll send it.
Yeah. So
that's what I would do. I would look at the SKU. I would look at the product type and the product status, and then the rest of this is just useful information that you can use to compare. The UPC. Okay, so first of all, I'm seeing this now. If this UPC is 0, send this to me, because this should not happen. I don't know how the hell this happened, and this is bad. It makes no sense.
But if you look through that, there's a ton.
No. In Shopify, they might be missing a UPC, but in the portal, if they're missing a UPC, that's not good.
No, you said if it starts with a 0, no?
No. I meant if it is 0, if there's nothing there.
Oh,
no, starting with a 0 is fine. There's tons of products.
I got you. Yeah, okay. I'll take a look, I guess. I don't know.
So I would grab.
Just parse this, and then you can see all the zeros.
Yeah.
Or just add whatever drop downs. Yeah, just select that first one. Deselect all and just select that one.
Yeah, I'm trying, but it's being very.
No worries.
That's not what you want to see.
Oh.
Heck,
Oh, that's a lot, bro.
that's a lot.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna deal with this separately.
Sure. We're just gonna continue on in our.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about this right now.
No, that's feel free to save that for yourself.
All right. Follow up with that. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I would look at the SKU, compare the product type, the product status. If it's not, I mean, this is only the active product. So if it's not on this list, that means that you should probably get rid of it. And then.
So another question: What about these quadruplets and octagon, whatever, like 8, 9, 10, 15 listings of drafts? Some are complete, some aren't.
I would go through, like, if there's like an active one, just delete all the drafts. If they're all in draft, then I would just, like, if they've all been in draft and there's no sales in any of them, just delete all of them except for one.
Okay, clean up drafts also. I got you.
Yeah, and then I would say another thing that you need to do is what was I thinking? There was another thing. Yeah, the SKU and the barcode, like you're saying, right? Like, this is going to require a little bit of brains, but like, if you're looking at a product and you see like it's nascent instead of the SKU or whatever, you have to.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to search the barcode to see if you can find the SKU, search the product, like try and figure it out, and replace that. So every item needs to have, an actual SKU and an actual barcode.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I think that's that. The other question I have for you is this. So right now, and we're gonna have to make a choice on this. This title, right? So Shopify, in our portal, we have two titles. We have like what we call like a long title and a short title. Here, you got a short title and like a main title, whatever. This is like a very short.
We always want on Shopify short title.
Okay, because just so you know, the short title, like, this might be the same for many products.
I get it. I understand.
So you want to keep it to this?
I mean, yeah, because look, that's a replacement, right? If you're gonna have the actual model, like, it's gonna be that name. It's gonna be portable steam, hot sauna, whatever, gray one or whatever it is. Like, it's gonna be a descriptor. It's not just gonna say portable steam home sauna and then show 6 saunas, even if you use the short title.
Right.
So it's fine. Yeah, I would just use the short title.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, some of these are super
generic. I got it. They're super generic and just as long as they are the product, then it's fine.
Right. Okay. Some of them are literally like.
As long as it doesn't say like hot teacup and then it's like a sauna or something or whatever.
No. They're all the product. So that's what I'm saying. So like.
Well,
you got to use this, right? Like, if we're going to use a short title and you change it in Shopify and then we try and sync them, it's not going to work, right? We're going to have to, like, choose one.
Right, but you're telling me right now you use main title currently?
No. I mean, some of them, because over time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is used right now? Like, if right now somebody uploads, what are they going to do it with? A new product. Let's say this is a new product.
Yes. Before we turned it off, it was using the short title. Pre-me, like a year ago, it was the main title because those were being done manually and they were being done however people want.
Let's just keep using short title for now, and then I'll fix them up if we need to as we go. I'll go through them.
Okay. But how are we gonna differentiate them colors because they have different colors? Is that gonna be same title for all the variations?
Yeah, it will. That's what I'm saying. So you're gonna have to use like the details, or the color fields, whatever it is.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying to you. Like, there are products like that, right? 5 different sauna tents, whatever, 5 different colors, and the short title is the same for all of them, and the main title is more descriptive with like a color or whatever it is.
I'm thinking.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I get it. I'm just thinking. Well, one, I'm more worried about the syncing of this all. Moving forward is fine. Well, as far as syncing, if you click main title, is it going to change the entire catalog to a main title?
That's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to pick one, and we're going to have to use that.
Yeah, but that's going to... The only reason you can't is because you don't have one or the other. Like, currently. What I'm saying is, like, I'm going to still give you 20 SKUs on each side that have to be on each side. Or you break sales. Or some version of that.
You're saying you don't want to mess around with what's already there.
Correct.
So
if it already has a title, I want to leave it. Whatever it is. If it already has a description, I want to leave it. If it already has a price, whatever already exists now, it's currently active, currently selling, currently whatever, should stay as is. And then everything else moving forward, maybe. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
The third option, and like I don't want to do this, but we might have to, is to create a independent title field called Shopify title or whatever it is, and then have that just
a lot of work.
Be the title.
That's a lot of work.
Like, I mean, it's not a lot of work because it's just a new field.
It's a lot of things that's touching.
No, because we would just take the entire title. We would take the entire catalog that's existing already on Pyle.
Oh, and just call that and make that the existing or what?
Pull the whole entire thing and then have that be the new title.
That would Dima, please jump in if you think that it doesn't matter. I'm just worried about changing out these titles because that's going to change a lot of things.
So basically what we have set up on Shopify store, so the title goes as a H1 tag for every page.
Right.
So if we're going to have the same H1 tag on every sauna, doesn't matter if it's gray, black, or white, it might be an issue.
Well, if we have to, we'll figure out the color. Like, I'd rather keep that all as it is, finish this, pull an export of everything that has multiple colors or multiple whatever, 0.1s, 0.2s, etc. And we can just do that as a separate project of just fixing up the titles. I think that'll be easier than going through what we have going on right now.
Yeah, I think right now we just need to verify what we can delete. If we delete it,
that's what I'm saying. Like, the goal right now is to let the portal do its job. Like, when somebody enters, it should show up. And by the way, the biggest issue between Portal and Shopify, I have 0 notifications, and neither does Dima. When somebody uploads 100 SKUs, I know about it after it's selling with no picture and no nothing, because I find it randomly. Right. So, like, I'm just saying, it's very important, like, that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Okay.
So
maybe we need to do that. Maybe we just need to create a new field in the portal.
I think we have to. I think we can't break all the H1s, bro.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. You guys go in, delete whatever. So what about the details? Is the details, like the description page in Shopify, is the same, or that you're okay with?
This is fine. We can keep that as is because they're all like that. So as much as I hate this description, that's a separate project that I would deal with at a later date. So that's fine.
So here's what we'll do. We'll you guys go in there. You clean out the duplicates. You fix up any products that have like the ASIN as a SKU or whatever the heck, that kind of crap.
Yeah.
So
duplicate, bug errors. What else?
I would say
drafts, obviously.
Drafts. Yeah. And then get there to be like a 1-to-1 of like no duplicate SKUs or anything, right? Then what we'll do is on my side, we're going to build out this kind of page type of thing where we'll have very clear 1-to-1 visibility on like each field. What's the status of it? Is it in sync? It's not in sync, right? And we'll create also a new title field called Shopify title, whatever it is. And we will pull the entire catalog from Shopify. We are going to take all the titles that exist in Shopify right now, use that as this new title field. Everything else here can be changed, of course, right? This status, publishing, these things are a sync, right? We're not changing anything in the portal, right?
No.
The price, the cost.
I would also
tags,
let,
all these things.
I just FYI, it should also post or publish across all channels. And then somebody should just that should be the default, and somebody should request it to be taken down off channels.
Right, and that's exactly right. So the idea here isn't to say, the default will be all of these.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm saying. The default should be all, instead of right now the default is whatever, nothing or whatever.
That's the thing. The idea here isn't to have to mess with this. The idea is to have visibility on the actual status of it.
Yeah. No,
that's the real problem, because the right now a product will show as active, right? It's got this check, but then sometimes it's not published, and then when you actually go in here to try and find it, it gives you a 404.
But again, that's partly to blame on Shopify's side, obviously, because if we manually take it down from store point,
and the idea here would be, if someone goes into Shopify and unchecks these boxes, this will get updated, and this will push that sync, and it won't just be oh, everything is fine, everything is active. No, it's not fine and it's not active.
Yeah. Okay. That's perfect. Yeah, that's how it should be. Okay. Oh, I got it from our end.
And the tags as well, right? The tags as well. Go crazy with the tags. And then whatever tags you make in Shopify, we're gonna just pull it into the system.
Dima, do you want to do tags, or do you just want to merge over what we have currently now and deal with that later also?
Yeah, I think tags are later on. But let me get this straight. So first thing first, I will just delete all the archive that we have right now. Is that correct? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Then
yeah.
And then we just go and delete whatever we think needs to be deleted, or you want us to archive whatever we think needs to be deleted?
Why don't we do this? This is more for me and you to figure out, Dean, but I think let's do this. Let's clean the archives to everything that's not relevant, let's call it whatever. Within a year, we'll figure out our criteria for what is good, what isn't. We'll delete it, and then from there, everything else will archive, because it'll be new archive. And then let's just do a 6 month, 1 year. We keep it, we clean it after a year or whatever. Nobody needs it, whatever the case.
Yeah, makes sense.
That way we at least have access. So I always want to make sure that we can revert. And another thing that we should do real quick before we make any changes, Diem, just download the theme so we can have a restore back to wherever we need, wherever right now is before we start.
Well,
just in case.
I don't think it's connected to products though.
I had a backup thing. I don't remember what it is. It might actually take a while now for it to download, but okay, maybe we'll just download the theme and save it or something.
Yeah, no worries. I already did that. I already make a copy. I downloaded it to my computer as well.
Okay,
but
that's it. As long as we have a backup, that's
yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, I would say anything that's been in archive, it's been in archive for a year, and at this point, if nobody needed it, nobody did anything.
You're right. Yeah, you're probably right. We're probably gonna have to. I'm still gonna just look just in case. Whatever. Okay. We'll go through our criteria just so I don't delete anything that's not needed to be deleted. But we'll take care of archive.
So let me write this down also. So let's do another thing here. And this will be. Here I have a new tab here. So catalog. So basically we have I'll rename this what to do with it, right? So anything that's product is not active, EOL. And you guys want to draft these or you want to delete these?
Archived. I mean, first of all, we're gonna delete the whole archive existed, and then we will create a new archive, I guess.
Right. Product type is not product art.
We're deleting we're archiving all the parts?
No, everything that's not.
Oh, okay. We're not touching parts, right? I don't want to get into parts right now.
Yeah, let's not get involved with that. You just be aware that like a lot of the parts,
We'll deal with it later. That's fine. Nothing can be perfect.
just a lot of them don't necessarily have prices or images, but
they're all broken. I know. I see them all the time. It's okay. As long as it says parts, I can tell my brain to shut off that side that doesn't like that.
Okay. I'm gonna call this variant SKUs.
Yeah, just duplicates.
Make models. M dash. AZ. There's some other things, but whatever. We'll just do with that.
That's
and then
fine.
I'll say. I would say
these are deleted. These are deleted.
Yeah, so it's either. I mean, there's gonna be more. You're gonna find in there. I bet you're gonna find in there. Archive.
Well, yeah, we're gonna
or
archive
change to root SKU if.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
You're gonna have to make those choices, right? Like if this weird dot model is selling hundreds of items for whatever reason, like just change that to the root SKU and just get rid of the root SKU.
Yes, no, that's the decision making is not difficult. That's fine.
And I think this pretty much will cover all. Oh, and then I would say, okay, so and then there's another thing. So missing images, date from portal. So make sure that for these, you're using the portal thing. I'm going to show you this right now, how to fix the images in the portal, because I don't want you you got to update that from the portal, or else it's going to be a problem.
That's fine. That's fine. We can do. Let me ask you a question. What's the point of updating the images? Can we not just do a full sync once we finish the catalog and just push all images once again, or that's going to do something crazy?
No. We could totally do that.
I just want to simplify this.
Yeah. So let's just leave.
Yeah, and
That's
also
what I'm
it's
saying.
disconnected right now, right?
Yeah, we're just gonna not touch it, and then when you do this final sync, all these little broken images, this, that, whatever, all the sync stuff will fix itself, kind of in a sense. And then whatever doesn't will be a true error bug at some point if we find it. Like if we push the update, and in a week from now I say, hey, there's 3 things that don't have an image, which will be much easier once we archive all this shit because it's just overloaded over there. But once we clean it up, it's going to be super easy to find the bug. And then, if there's 3 of them that are living that don't have images and are broken after the fact, I just give you those as SKUs and take them on a case by case.
Right. Okay. And then let's do SKU UPC.
Yeah, it shows 1,300 products, no images on.
Damn. But if I had to guess, like a ton of those are going to be like.
They're going to be drafts, and they're going to be other.
They're going to be so I don't know. Like I don't know. The products are going to have.
That's fine.
What are you going to do with the parts? Because they're not going to have images.
I'm not gonna touch the parts. We're going to leave them. The parts are currently hidden, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would do this.
We're going to keep them hidden for now.
Yeah.
You're going to just have to know in the back of your mind not to update the parts when we do this sync and just leave them broken. They're the only thing that gets left broken.
I would do the same thing we're doing now, which is remove from
update a sync.
No, I would say unpublish from online store.
All parts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason they're published in the first place, probably
they'll just live in POS. That's fine.
Yeah. So we'll unpublish from the online store. Okay. So. All right, I think that pretty much covers it. Let me show you one more thing. So, you know how so there's 2 problems, right? You got those like broken images because whatever, something is broken, but you also got these guys. So it has this pile image.
Yeah.
Let me see if this is a good example. No, this is not a good example. Okay, so there's.
But
this actually is a good example. So these types of products, right? There's 2 ways to deal with them. So, I would send this to Rose's team, and ask her to upload the images. So let me explain to you what happens. They make new image sets, they upload them in Google Drive, and they never upload them to the portal. That's
but
why they're not here.
can we just not pull an export of everything equals this thing right there?
Yeah, we could. There's a
And
video
just please send her a list and tell her to fix it, bro.
Yeah, we could totally do that. You know what? That's a great idea. Let's just do that. All right. So let's make sure. So we're doing this product type is good. The product status is this. No, I don't care about this. I don't want this.
By the way, what are we looking at timelines on this to get everything done Monday?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so I'm looking at something now, and this has to be addressed, and I'm gonna address this today. These products should not be listed. We got to look at the vendor rules. This is not good. All right. I think the one more thing we have to ignore is if you see this buyer field is not. It is not this.
Why? These aren't our products?
They're not.
Mhm. What's his name? Mikee?
Mike Eisenberg. And then also this.
What do you want to do with this stuff?
Why isn't this working? Unassigned. Why do they call it that? Wait 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Okay, we'll just filter this in Excel. So, okay, I'll show you what this is. So basically, they're not supposed to be product, right? They're supposed to have a product type of brands, right? These are basically like third-party products that we're like selling for people to other people. Like this is not Pyle stuff. Like you'll see.
This is called affiliate, right?
Bro, I don't even know what it is. So I'm just gonna do it this way. So I'm gonna export it in Excel, and then I'm gonna send that data that way. So yeah, let me add that.
What's the point? What are we trying to do with this?
These are things we don't want to list as well.
These are things we don't want to list as well. Okay.
Yeah, true.
Then just give Dima a list of that so he'll.
I'm adding this as well.
Archive that, yeah.
Vendor, and to be very clear, sorry, not vendor, buyer, and to be clear, right? The buyer is this field right here. Right? Buyer is blank.
I'm just wondering, do we know the exact amount of SKUs or like the products that we have overall, so we can kind of match it to.
There's not going to be a perfect report for that answer anyway.
Yeah, it's a little tricky. I would say these. I'm gonna archive these as well.
It depends how you want to word that, because the easiest way to look at it, Dim, is just as a product selling, or is it not? And if we're talking about products that are selling, you're probably going to get closer to like if we're getting into the low numbers, you're going to get probably into like the 500 count, something like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
How many images did you share? How many products you share are missing images?
1,300 something.
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah. And actually, I see the archived. We only have 300 archived right now.
Products?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, so let me see.
It's not too many.
Because they're all drafts, bro. We're gonna end up having 80,000 drafts, bro. It's not the archive. It's not gonna be that simple.
I was thinking like, yeah, let's delete.
I know. I already know. It's gonna be a lot of things not in stock for sure. And Endless Mountain. This is another problem, obviously. Is that nothing happens to this stuff. It just sits. And then there's other products as well. We have to remove like Serene, like what do we do with Serene Life and all this other stuff?
Bro, I asked you that yesterday. You said you want to keep it up.
No, we have to keep it up. We have no choice. But in general, I'm saying for the future, because they built it into the new site. So does Pyle just live in its own world? And then, like, I'm thinking from a hierarchical standpoint, like running this. Pyle is just who cares? It sells everything. And Serene Life sells Serene Life, NutriChef, Squats.
I mean, that's what Abe was asking. Like, Abe asked me that, and I'm asking you that. Do you want to keep it separate?
I would love to have Pyle in its own world, but how can you? You can't. Well, we can work towards that. You can't have it right. Like, we can't do that in an update by Monday, for sure.
But how would you do that?
You would have to slowly convert products that are selling not Pyle. I would have to pull, like, all the products that sell that aren't Pyle. Branded, go through them, X out the ones that are just dead or we don't care about, get to what the root sales are. So for example, like how much sales does Serene Life do inside of Pyle? How much sales does et cetera, et cetera? This is all complicated shit to pull because of the way it's set up. So once I ran that and I would say how many Serene Life, how many this, how many that, add up all the sales, add up everything, I could say, okay, there are 10 products for Serene Life, 40 products for NutriChef, and 1 product for Squats that even sells on whatever. The revenue is $3,000. Let's get rid of it. That's the loss, $30,000. Or I could say 50% of the 100K in sales comes from these other products. Like Pyle is not even selling Pyle products. Pyle sells 50% Serene Life and NutriChef.
Right.
So it's whatever that answer would be would dictate what would kind of end up happening. See, like you go into this, like, and this is another thing, by the way. Let me ask you a question. When it says 2 units sold at 0, but the cost is there, what does that mean? Is that somebody like getting free reviews or whatever it is, like the review thing?
How do I see it? Why is it not showing me orders? Why did they change this?
It's all called Shopify QL now. You have to do it in SQL.
No, but they used to have the orders. I just want to see
a lot of things used to be.
Just want to see the orders. How do I see the orders? I want to see the buyers. I want to see that. What I want to see. If I had to guess, these were given away for free because they were.
That's what I'm asking. Like, that's another thing. I don't know if they're free or if the price is broken.
No, the price is not broken.
Look at this thing. This is who are we giving? I guess we give all products, right? It doesn't make a difference what it is. It could be like $1,000 product, like sometimes, and I see like 8 of them sent out for free.
Because, bro, that's the customer service thing. That's a customer service thing, bro. If you want to fix your reports and your costs, you got to get customer service off your store. That's the only way.
So turn them off,
just giving
bro.
away free stuff.
Kick customer service off your store. Kick them all out, bro. You kick them all out right now, bro.
Like
no problem. Just Abe's gonna come to you in an hour because somebody's gonna complain. Obviously.
You know that the way they send emails is literally like, please give me admin access to everything.
Bro, I'm finishing this. I'm finishing this meeting with Abe just now, and Abe's like, he's asking me, he's like, who's working on all this stuff? I said, Abe, I'm one human being. I'm like, he's like, no, I know. And he's like, what did he say? He said, who's working on customer service? I said, well, it 100% is not me. I said, I can promise you that. And he's like, what did he say? He was like, could you do me a favor? Something, we were looking at reviews or something. He's like, I'm like, Abe, I'm like, this isn't my job. I'm like, I'm not trying to like, kind of, be an asshole. I'm like, I have so much going on and I have Pyle and all this other stuff. I said, you got to talk to Joe. I said, or you got to talk to, Cesar. I said, I don't know who, somebody else needs to manage. Cause it was like some straight customer service, like, this guy doesn't know how to write. And I'm like, Abe, I can't help you. Like, do you want me to mentor this customer service agent? Like, and use my time for that? Because I could teach him. I said, and then just we're not going to have any sales. And he's like, no, not at all. And then at the end, I convinced him, like, I'm not going to get involved in this thing. And then at the end, he's like, but you promised me you'll take a look, right? You'll still, like, take a look at the end before, like, it's done. I said, oh, my God, bro. I said, fine, I'll take a look. And the whole 5 minutes of me explaining to him was pointless because he just doesn't care. He's like, I don't know what they're doing, and I just need you to look at it. And I'm like, fine, man. I'm like, I got so much going on, but fine. Oh, I don't know, bro. I don't know why customer service is the way they are, but I am happy the Gorgeous got installed. For sure. I was trying to teach him. He hung up on me. He was like, how do I see customer service? I was like, Abe, you could just go into Gorgeous. Abe. Yeah. I was like, you could just go into Gorgeous and see the report. And he's like, I can't handle this. He's like, just send me a loom. I'm like, all right, fine.
He loves those.
I know. I hate making looms, but it's fine. I'll make. I hate
watching looms.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Let me show you what I meant with this one. Let me show you what I meant. So this is an example. You see this has got that pile thing going on, but there's actually images here if you look.
There's actually multiple pile images.
Wait. These are all pile images? Oh, never mind. This is a new this is a new issue that I never seen. So
bro, all we have, everything Shlomo, you yelled at me for me dealing with customer service. Everything I touch, it doesn't matter what it is, bro. Everything I touch becomes a goddamn project, bro. It's always a new project or a new field or disaster.
So this is what we changed it to. Instead of missing images, ignore, we got to solve the actual issues. So I would say you guys obviously don't deal with it, but what you need to just do is send that list. So
but didn't we just say we're gonna pull the list?
Yeah, but we gotta fix it. But I need your help to fix them in the portal. So once you clear out all the crap and you get rid of all the crap, whatever's left that you know is a good product.
So just open one. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying, just we'll re-pull the list of everything that's missing an image. That's fine. It's easy.
Yeah, and I'm gonna send it to Rose, and she's gonna fix them.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what I'm saying. We're just gonna have to re-meet on Monday. In my opinion, meet on Monday, pull everything again. If everything gets done by Monday, we pull everything once more, and at that point we go, okay, this is how many broken images we have, this we have, and we just make decisions with it all. And obviously you'll tell us whatever. This goes to Rose. That doesn't mean anything, right? Rose might come back to you and say, good luck. I don't know where I'm just saying, nobody knows what
these are. I can solve these things. It's just a pain in the ass. It takes so long. So you got to go into Google Drive and start searching for stuff.
But this is what I'm saying, right? If there's no mass importation or this isn't a 5-minute task, this is a 4-day task. If there's going to be 1,000 of them, obviously.
Yeah, but first of all, it's not going to be 1,000 of them. It's going to be way less because tons of those products are probably crap. But it doesn't matter.
I mean,
it's got to get fixed. It's got to get fixed. And there's she has 10 people in the Philippines working for her doing this exact thing.
More importantly, is this not going on today? Because there's no point of us fixing this if tomorrow there's going to be 10 new SKUs with no images.
No, so
I mean, I guess we'll address it once we send her the list. We'll say, listen, moving forward, if there are none, we have a log, and then it's whatever, or something like that. Okay, fine.
This is, listen, I know this lady personally, and this is the type of thing she does.
That's fantastic, bro. I'm so happy for her and everything. I just don't want to be involved. That is all I ask for. I just want to do whatever it is that we do, and I don't want to, upload pictures from portals and whatever else. Yeah. But yeah, it's fine. I mean, what can we do? We do the best we can.
All right, so I'm gonna pull an export for you guys with all the product things. We went through here every single thing and how you want to deal with it.
Yeah, makes sense. All of it makes sense to me. Dean, do you have any questions or anything? I think I get it for Aaron.
No, I think all good. We just need to schedule a meeting for Monday, I guess.
Okay, so let's do this, Shlomo. This is the timeline we're going to kind of focus on. Me and Dimitri are going to take on our stuff. You take on your stuff. Let's say...
Oh, shoot. We were supposed to meet with Peter. I forgot about that.
That's okay. You just call him afterwards and just explain it to him, I guess. I think if just FYI, it's fine if he gets involved. but like we're already executing, so I don't know what plan we're making. I would just maybe talk to him and explain like we're about to be done on Monday or Tuesday or whatever. So
With what?
just like with whatever we're doing here.
No, dude, that's not for this. It's for the registration.
Okay, let's meet Monday for the registration. Just tell them we're like dealing with some critical issues with the portal today. We're sorry, and Monday let's all meet again and then rehash whatever we're supposed to with the registration. Because registration is a separate thing. We can't do all of it at once. Let's do this first so we can get this out of the way for Pyle, because then we still have to do it for the other stores. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Pyle is just the main store, and then we gotta do
Pyle's
the
the worst one by far, though. The other ones.
I know. The other one, that's why the other ones I'm not too worried about. But at least we'll get a good handle on the process for doing this also. So we'll just knock it out for the other ones. Okay, fine. So Monday, you guys good? Oh, we already have a meeting. Is this not? Yeah, we already have a meeting. I'm just gonna plug Dima into this. This is portal issues for Pyle, update on all fixes for Shlomo sheet. So this is perfect. Dima, I'm putting you inside this meeting. It's for 11 on Monday. Okay, we can update then wherever we got to, and then we're gonna try to do we're gonna need all of Monday to get this done. I'm assuming we'll see how today goes. But otherwise, either way, Monday, Tuesday, it'll get done, and then we can meet with Peter, and then once this is done, we can start talking about registration.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, and then I guess just let me know if anything new comes up that I'm missing in this list and these lists and all these lists.
Yes. Which list? Well, we're gonna pull new lists. Don't forget, we're not pulling anything now because we're just gonna clean up, and then we're gonna pull pictures.
No, I mean like in this very heavily comprehensive list of like what to do with every issue, how to get this 100%.
This is perfect. Yeah, this is perfect. Oh, you mean? Oh, right, Peter. I don't know, bro. It's so hard for me to keep up. Can I ask you just a personal question, Shlomo? Is there a reason why Peter is not involved in the portal but is involved in the registration? Or is that just because one's a development issue and one's a customer service issue? And
have you ever talked to Peter? Like, do you know what he's doing here?
I have an understanding. I've been explained by two people. I don't know if I could trust the one person who explained it to me. I've seen him.
That explained it to you.
I've seen him twice. No, I said one of the people who explained it to me. One is Hershey, and the other one is Ryan, I think.
So they both probably gave you very cynical views. Hershey was probably like, that guy's a waste of time.
Some version. Well, I got one that said he doesn't know why he's here, and I said, okay. I said, I don't care anymore. I said, let me just move on.
He definitely knows why he's here, and
I'm sure. I've talked to him. He's a very high-level guy. He's very smart. Abe is the other one who explained to me also who he is, who I believed, obviously. But no, I know who he is. We've just never kind of crossed paths for whatever reason internally. And honestly, I just don't know him. I mean, I've said hello. He kind of reached out to me after we had the HR had to hire people thing or something like that. He started, here or there reaching out. We had that refund meeting. He started reaching out. I don't know. I got put into some projects that he was there. I don't know him, obviously. Like, let's say I know you, or I know Richard, or I know Yosef, or I know even Abe or whatever. But, I mean, he seems like a really good guy, high-level guy. Seems like he knows his shit. Seems like he follows an endless amount of processes that cause an endless amount of red tape that probably isn't good for how we do things and getting things done and speed of implementation. But, I mean, I get why he does what he does.
It's pretty astute what you're saying. He's a biz ops guy, right? So he's got all the crap of biz ops, but he also has the tools. So there are some good tools. One of the good tools that I like, it's the crap where he comes to you every 6 months and is like, bro, we're gonna change the whole game, and then you never hear from him again.
I'm familiar.
Like, he's done that to me multiple times. Like, bro, we're going to do a new role for you. We're going to have all these projects, and he just never talked to me again. However, he does have some good tools, which is how to put together, a clear project plan that everyone can agree on.
Bro, he's a framework guy. I got it,
right.
Bro.
And when it comes to Abe, when it comes to Abe, I have been burned many times by like completely unclear project requirements in the sense of like he thinks that I should do this and I think that he wants me to do that. And then I come back to him, I'm like, this is what I did. He's like, bro, I wanted you to do that. And I'm like, what? And you know how Abe is with like emails, right? You send him an email and you're like, I was clear about this, and he doesn't. He still doesn't.
It's not. I get what's like what the point of it is. It's not wrong. It's obviously better for you specifically, like to be involved in a project and have Pete write out like this is what the roadmap looks like. This is who owns what. This is responsible. Like we spoke about this. That's ultimately what that does. It just shows you he's going to sit down. He's going to abbreviate a couple letters, and it's going to equal some philosophy or style of whatever the thing is that. This is how, whatever. It's always some acronyms, SMART or this or that or whatever, and then that equals, sustainable reporting on the ecosystem, whatever. It's going to solve whatever problem is going on. But the issue is that exactly he's a very high level guy. I know Abe comes to him all the time. Also, you can't throw a guy like that mid project, not in a development project, not while the project is ongoing. In order for it to work the way Peter wants it to work, which is something that I would probably mention as a suggestion if we all met, is you have to scope the project before you start it. Once the project is started, 100%. Like what are we even talking about?
100%. So I'll tell you like where this came from, and like I was going through the list of projects with him and Abe of the things I'm working on, and I was like very clear that like I have no idea. Like, if Abe wants me to spend a certain amount of time or do certain things with this project, like, I don't know, like, what are the requirements? So at that point, Peter takes it as a cue to be like, let's sit down and, Mike is involved? Okay, let's all sit down and come up with project requirements. Are you already halfway through done the project? Maybe, but like...
Yeah, but I would, but again, like let's say we did have this meeting with Peter today, it would be the first thing that I'd bring up. I'd say, Peter, what you're saying is 100%. I agree with you. It's needed. And in reality, we should have this in general. There should be some version of like, if this project is going to cost 10 grand, like, can somebody sign off on it? Like, it doesn't have to be like craziness, but like, can we get somebody to sign a piece of paper or check an approval box? And then if that's the case, that is the person who takes responsibility. If it's Abe and Abe doesn't want the responsibility, he needs to pass that responsibility to somebody else to do the checkbox or whatever. But he's 1,000% right, and that's exactly how it should work. My only comment would be like, that's great. Let's do that with this registration project, or let's do, like, again, not with the registration. Let's do that with the next project. We're already...
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, look at the Shopify thing, right? We were in the middle of working on it, whatever it is, but Abe still was, like, fighting where he's like, what is the point of this? Why don't you just fix that one issue? And it's like, it's not the one issue. But I fought with him, and I wrote it, and I made it very clear, and eventually I got him to give that check. But he has to have a clear check. But he doesn't have a clear checkbox on the registration right now.
But that's what something that Peter would have to then kind of say, okay, well, there's got to be accountability, right? So who's going to be the accountable party inside running this project? There has to be a project manager. There has to be somebody who is, I don't know, just making the decisions, bro, doing something. You can't just be four people trying to, bake some bread with everybody got knives, nobody brought any eggs, and everybody's standing around going, what are we baking?
The point is for Abe to be like, yo, we're baking bread, and then for me and you to be like, okay, here's how we're going to do it, and for him to say, okay.
Bro, this is a form. This is like a digital form where if you just make it super easy, if you make the process easy for Abe, he'll be like, fine.
100%. And I'm telling you now, like, this meeting is of course going to be overcomplicated, but at the end of it, we're going to probably walk away with a spreadsheet with 10 columns and just some quick stuff of like, this is the scope requirements. It's going to take an hour. It's going to be a waste of time.
That's fine.
What we're going to get out of it will be useful, in my opinion.
No, I think it's extreme. These are the kind of things that are actually useful for an organization because these touch everything, right? Like, if you do this and you guys, now we have scopes of work which take 15 minutes to write out. What's the goal of this project? How much is the project going to cost? Blah, blah, blah. Somebody signs off. That's the end of it. The person running the project is Shlomo. There needs to be nobody else asking anybody else anything other than coming to you and going, Shlomo owns this project, so whatever Shlomo says goes. And then obviously give feedback, whatever, like the normal, feedback loop and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, without ownership and without somebody authorizing it without a chain of command. Like, imagine the government, bro. What am I doing? I'm firing rockets at Hezbollah from Florida, bro, and saying I'm doing this for my president. And then the president shows up and he's like, I didn't authorize this shit. And I'm like, yeah, you did, bro. Look at this text message from 2018, bro, and inside this picture of us. And it's like, I don't remember that. Well, and then I sit there for 3 hours trying to find some fucking text message or whatever, versus some paper comes across his desk. He goes, guy wants to shoot rockets over here. He says, no. That's it. Nobody's shooting any rockets, bro. It's perfectly fine. It's going to end up being a super easy thing, and then that's it. It's not a big deal. The problem is nobody wants to accept responsibility. It's not the process. But yeah, that's okay. I'm sure it'll work itself out. But yeah. Okay, we're going to jump into this because we need to. And then, so Monday we have a meeting. That meeting is with me, you, and Armand. We can fill him in then. I don't think it matters now. Everything's down right. We're all moving forward with working on this. And the goal is just we get it done by Monday and meet up and finalize whatever we need to.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
All right. And then I'll push this registration meeting also to Monday.
Okay, perfect.
Bro, your calendar's like full. When did I even send this?
I don't know, bro. Send it to my obituary. Say Mike's calendar was always full, and just like today, I could never reach it. Hold on. Let me see.
That doesn't work. I don't accept it.
Hold on. I don't even check my Mondays, bro. Why? I have space, bro. Stop it. My mornings are just packed. We could do 11:30 if you want. I have free. 11:30, 1 till 2:30, and 3, and after work. If Peter wants to work.
Nah, dude, Peter doesn't work.
I understand. It was a very, very much a joke. I don't think I would ever see Peter there at 8 o'clock at night. I do see Joseph there late all the time. I always feel bad for him when I'm leaving. I'm always like, you're the last one. But he never hears me because he's always working.
Joseph is like a what's called guy. He's a what can I edit this? Whatever. I'm gonna be late to this. I'm only gonna show up at like 2:05.
I don't know what you're gonna be late for. Oh, to this Peter meeting?
If I set it at 2.
So just set it at 2:10, bro. It's fine. Set it to when you're gonna come on time, bro. Of course it is. Change it there manually. With typing.
I tried, bro.
It works. Hold on. And you got, yeah, there you go. But it's going to move you to 240. Yeah, you have to do both of them. It's Teams, bro. Bill Gates just hates everybody. So he empowered Steve Ballmer or whatever his name is to just ruin everybody's lives for the foreseeable future. All right. If any issues or anything, just reach out, hit us up. If anything
All right. So wait 1 second. So
yeah, let's just move forward with next steps.
All right. They're never gonna do this. He's never gonna do this. This is so stupid. All right.
As you type to a person saying he's never going to do this, I love it.
Oh, because I asked him to a message for something, and it's been 24 hours already. Like, bro.
I know, bro. I know. Do you know that he calls me all the time just to tell me that he's working really hard? I'm like, oh, please, bro. I'm like, I don't know even what project you're talking about. Like, he likes
to call and discuss.
Yeah, he's like, why don't I know about any of these problems? I said, I don't know, bro. I said, why don't I know who you are? I said, I've been here for a year. I said, there's these questions in the universe nobody could answer. I said, who cares? I said, we're here now. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go and I'm going to fix it. I'm assuming that it's me and you meeting for the last 3 days that I don't know what he's fixing, but as you said, but I guess, I don't know. He claimed to me bro, it's not an issue. Like, you tell me there's a portal issue. He was like, I snapped my fingers. That shit is fixed. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, if you say so. I don't think that's the case, though.
Dude, They are in denial. Abe is also in denial.
It's okay. Denial is just a river in Egypt, bro.
But bro, I changed his mind. I'm proud
You
of that.
did. You did. Listen, is it not like becoming a little easier now to get through projects and things like that? Like once things get into place, and also just you got to tell people what it is. Like I don't know why nobody ever loves to tell Abe like, yeah, this sucks or this is this. Like I know it's gonna hurt his feelings sometimes. I understand that. Just be like normal with your delivery. Don't show up and be like, hey, your shit sucks, and then go away and run away, and then he has to chase you and like, what serial number are you talking about? What SKU? Like, yeah, just like present it normally and tell it constructively, and don't try to hurt people when you give them, advice or recommendations. Like I've told Abe before, I'm like, you say you listen, but you don't pay attention. Like, it's not right. Like, you sit there and you type on the computer and you answer a phone and you do this. But right now, like, I'm sitting with you. And, like, he stopped for a half a minute and he's like, you're right. And I'm like, it's just like we're here for a meeting. I want your attention. I don't ask for much of it. I'm sitting with you here and there. But, bro, who says that to him? They come into his room. I hear them all the time. Like, hello, Abe. Good days. Like, talking on the phone. They're pitching him. They're like, okay. And he says okay, but he's talking to somebody on the phone. And this person leaves. And I'm like, yo, bro, nobody approved anything for you. I'm just like, I hope you know that. Nah, this is perfect. I'm moving forward. And then, like, 3 weeks later, who told you to do this? Why is this project being worked on? We never had this conversation.
Yeah.
Etc.
Yep.
But it's okay. It's nice to give constructive criticism. A lot of people, especially Abe, like he's super busy. I think he just doesn't understand. Like he doesn't see it. But like
I think he doesn't realize that his persona, like it encourages people to not be honest. He's just the way he is, but he doesn't mean it to be that way. He just is.
He is a very nice guy who just comes off a little scary because he's very focused and concentrated, and somebody disrupts him, and then he just looks off. It's not that he doesn't want to talk to you, but that's how people also, they don't come in a sense like proper to Abe. Like if Abe is somebody who's very high level, making all the decisions, etc., then like respect his time, book an appointment, like have an agenda for the meeting, break out some goals, like come prepared with something, right? Come prepared with hoping to get a yes. Everybody shows up to him and they're like, he's going to tell me no. Yeah, obviously, bro. You just showed up and you're staring at him and you're like, oh, what do you think? And he's like, I don't think this is good. You're like, yeah, I think that's not good. Okay, good talk. Like, what just happened? I'm standing there sometimes like, what conversation just happened? I'm like, what is happening? Listen, it doesn't take much, but yeah, I don't know. I'm like super proud of a lot of people, you included. Like, you guys are all pushing through a lot of different projects now, and like, there's not so much red tape, and like, you're speaking like, this makes your life easier. Like, nobody's gonna make my life easier unless I speak up. Nobody's gonna make your life easier unless you speak up.
Yeah.
But
I also realize with them, like, if you show up with like, hi, I have problems, and then let's fix it, you can't do that. You got to do the other. You're gonna be like, here's my solution to your problems. And then you can get him to acknowledge the problems because you're saying to him, hey, I already have a solution. Just like,
everything is his problem. Nobody understands that. Every time you say this sucks, that sucks, this is broken, like that's all he hears. It's his company, bro. He just walks around all day hearing everything is broken. Nothing is broken. Everything is working fantastic. There are issues with things and whatever, growing pains and all this other stuff. But like, yeah, it's like also nerve-wracking for an owner to just walk around. Like, think of you being Abe. Just put yourself in his shoes. You walk in, like 4 people like bum rush you, and like you're like, you don't even get a chance to sit down. Nothing. Like, the sales are down, the sales are up, and we lost $1 million. We gained, it's craziness, bro. It's craziness. And then you got somebody that has something that's super important to them. Like, Abe doesn't even know this thing exists, but it's super important to them, and they don't even think about like what his day was like, or like what mood is he in, or like does he even give a shit to talk to me right now about this. And like, it's okay if he doesn't. Like, he's the owner, it's his money, that's the way that companies get ran in America. It's fine. Like, no problem, make another time with him and that's it. Or become the CEO yourself and change the rules. Like, it's always that case. But I'm just saying, like, Abe has obviously a side to his story too. My personal like outlook on Abe is he's a super nice guy. He's always sad. He's always listened to me. He's very good at giving like constructive criticism. I take his feedback as like good feedback. And like, yeah, sometimes he doesn't pay attention, bro. Every CEO that I'm pretty sure I speak for Dima as well when I say this. Every CEO that I've ever worked for, they never pay attention. Whoever paid attention to me, bro, while I sat there, they're always on their phone or they're always like a million things going on. You have to get through that. You have to like your super important issue. If it becomes super important to Abe, then it matters. If it doesn't, you can fight him all day. He's just not going to care about whatever's going on. It's not important.
Right.
But yeah, anyway. Okay, we're going to go. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Shlomo.
All right. Good meeting, everyone.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you, guys.
always the best. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Um, so I know it's gonna be sad, but to you, but let me try to let me try to do this in bulk because it's just basically we like first of all there are 300 products that archive that I can give it away, so I will delete them and yeah. No, no, it is. I mean, and then, no, and then we just. I'm gonna try to archive what I think is needs to be archived, and then we'll review it. And if you see there's like an issue or any other problems that we need to fix, then I mean we'll deal with that. But I think I can just do what I can over the weekend, and I'll let you know Monday. Because I'm gonna work on that on Sunday, and then yeah. No, my Sundays is the same as your Sundays. It's just early. customer service, everything, because they say, oh shit,